Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come visit and check out my video. And we are here in ACC, and we are just doing something a little different today. And as you can see, got all the cars here. I'm just missed some of my online race, or offline racing, I should say. And I'm on the pole in the BMW here at Mount Panorama. So let's get started, and I'll explain as we go.
Stay double five.
Wanted to do it a little bit different this time, just to try it out in this way, and also did a mock qualifying session and a short one. But I still put like 20 something liters on, and I just wanted to see what it would run with just doing that. So.
Green light, give it all you got. Car on the right.
Dang, look at him go.
Clear on the right.
Well, I guess I could have let him go, but see if they can catch me. First AI's at 100, aggression's 100. We're just gonna take it a little bit easier on this first lap. Tires are really cold. Too deep in there. And we can go over some of the things I'm doing. I can explain some of the driving. No pit stop. I put like double the fuel on, so I got way more fuel than they got, so. Too deep. I'm really happy with this setup. We'll see how good it is over the 20 minutes. Got some awesome speed, of course. Probably gonna take another lap for get some heat in these tires. Cut the corner too much. Anybody out there interested in offline racing or no? Just curious? I'm sure some people do that, and that's all I used to do when I first started this channel and with ACC. Learn the tracks and just to get more used to the racing and things like that. With the AI and things. That's all I used to do. Of course, I up the level. I mean, I started at like 90, then 95 or whatever. Oh, too deep.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
He's still back there. Here, timers are coming up now. Hopefully I can start picking it up a little bit. Yeah, this BMW's I'm really happy with it. It's doing really good around here. I stay in fourth here, and then fifth right when I get through it. But you should be just about pinned. This is a tricky section for me, for this BMW. I qualified at a 202.50, and that was still with like 20, like I would do in the CP server. I mean, the same kind of thing, just like 20-some liters. You know, I ran the whole qualifying session with that. So I'm really happy with that. I mean,
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
all right. Let's see what he ran. Oh, Martial's out. Yeah, I try to hold it in fourth here, hold it tight, and then as soon as you get through the turn, you know, you upshift, hold it tight through here, flat-footed. This is again this is a tough one for me. I'm just trying to get through there good without hitting the walls. Let off easy here, just coast around the corner, and then. Again, you know, don't want to drive it in there, especially the BMW is not real bad, but it's not the greatest either. So just, you know, you want to get the drive off. That's what you want. And this thing has got, it consistently will hit 175 down here.
Personal fastest lap.
Running 203 flats. It's not real bad. They're still back there. Like I said, the AI's at 100 and aggression's 100. And it's like I've always done recently when I do any kind of offline racing. Gotta be really careful. These the curbing like right there. Sometimes it'll throw you into the wall. And up here, inside. I just tap the brake, let it coast around. Tires look good.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
Little longer video doing it this way, but I just something little, change it up a little bit. I hope you all don't mind. I'm so happy that this, again, BMW is showing some performance in places I never thought it would. So I'm really, really thrilled with that. And I have a high downforce package on it, so, and that's where it gained. I was running some higher 202s with it earlier in practice. That's about where I was running. Low 203s, high 202s with a heavier fuel load. About normal. Not trying to be too aggressive. They're hanging in there, a couple seconds back. Again, just a tap. Otherwise the back end wants to come out. I blew it that last couple corners. Staying right on my delta, so that's what I like. They're holding right about 2 seconds. Ah, shoot, that was way too deep. Locked it up. See, when you go deep like that, I messed up the tires doing that. Yeah, that has really got me bad right through there. He's catching me now as I've lost a second this lap. He gets in my draft, he's going to suck right up to me. And the splits, well, Marciello, he was killing me up on top of the mountain, but I was getting him everywhere else. Let's get back on the horse and see if we can have a better lap. Dang it. That and I mess up. Should be this lap and another one. Better. Well, he's right there. Maybe better this next lap. These are some terrible laps here. Only one more lap.
Final lap is leader. Bring it on.
See if we can have one good clean lap here at the end. Sometimes you got to breathe on the throttle a little bit, just a little. Again, just tap the brake, downshift. Don't try to overdo it going in there. It'll destroy your coming off. I was even a little too hot. All right. Woohoo!
Bring it back home safely.
Because I didn't loop it like the Porsche. You haven't seen that video. Last, coming to the finish, loop it, get on the grass a little bit. That was fun. Probably should have let Marciello take but I probably got caught up in a bunch of traffic and things like that. So, again, it was just something a little different, and try the BMW out against the AI, you know, at the 100 and all that kind of stuff. So, just to see how that would go. All right, my big white BMW. Just something basic. Well, it does have a black hood, but. So anyway, look, I had my fastest first sector near the end there. That's when I messed up those 2 laps. Yeah, I messed those 2 laps up, and I haven't even had a fast sector there. But again, you know, 203.01 was my fast lap, and even the last lap was a 203.17. So not a bad lap, you know, not bad times for me. And of course, like I said, I had double the fuel load probably. I had 62 liters starting the race. I only needed about 36. So, you know, I'm sure the AI was a lot less than me. But I wanted to test it with some kind of fuel on it. Now, when I did all my practice, I did it with the 80 liters. So I know it works with the 81 liters, which would do a 45-minute race, or really, really close to doing a 45-minute race. So, again, let's see this lap. Let's watch the last lap. Just want to watch the last lap really quick and see what the composure is. Again, you know, like I talked about in some of my setup guides and tips, it makes a big difference. What that looks like, how it's doing, you know, the attitude of it, and all those kinds of things. It makes a pretty big difference. We can watch the speed coming down the straightaway down there and see what it does. But like I said, it was consistently hitting 175. I hit 176 if you really, when I was in qualifying, when I had lower fuel and, you know, pushing it for everything I had, I did 176. So that's pretty fast in my book with these cars compared to some of the other ones I've done. So again, BMW's got the horsepower, that's for sure. And I had seen some sparks before on a few, you know, some sparks here and there. I was trying to see how bad it was now. Not real bad. I mean, because I basically, you know, tightened it up a little bit, even just a teeny bit more, just trying to crawl, make baby steps, not to overdo it. You know, I don't mind it there. But in the beginning, when I first started, there was sparks everywhere, and I don't want that. I actually come in a little bit too hot there. Cost me probably a 10th. Yep, 175. That's what it was doing in practice. I mean, every lap I can hit 175 down there. So, which is, again, probably the highest speed I've seen. out of any of the cars, other than maybe the V12 Aston Martin. I think that's about the only one I've seen to go more than that. And that's it for that. Looked pretty good. Didn't look bad for the last lap of 20 minutes. Not bad at all. And like I said, I got it on a good, really good downforce package. So it's not like it's on the, really, as far as going through here, I mean, it's always tough on Mount Panorama. But, I mean, compared to some of the other cars, it's not near as bad as far as drivability. So let's go ahead and go over the setup. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll make it a setup. And we got 26.6 left front and left rear, 25.7 right front, and 26.2 right rear. The tow is negative 0.06 on the front, with the camber at negative 3.3 on the left front and negative 3.2 on the right front, with the caster at 11.1. And the tow on the rear is 0.04, with the camber at negative 3 on the back. Electronics are 3 and 2 and 1. Of course, fuel, I had 62 liters, but I'll put it up to 80 because that's what I did all the testing. All my practice was with 80 liters. Of course, there's the 20 minutes. I got nothing here at all. No graining, no blistering, even though I locked it up that one time. And but look at that. It looks all good. I'm really happy with that. And, a little bit wear on the rear, but nothing real bad. I don't mind that because as it went, it'd probably start. You might get a little teeny understeer near the end of the fuel run with worn tires, and that's when it would probably, this front would start catching up. The front would start catching up to the rear, and it'd probably almost be even at the end of a 30 minutes or something, or 45 minutes. It'd probably be maybe even a little more wear on the left front than this one. So anyway, that works. Mechanical, I'll put it at 1. Got 6 on the anti-roll bar. Brake bias is 55.6, which I did go down to 55. You couldn't go down to probably 54.5. You can go down a pretty good amount because I got a good downforce in this, and again, I'm trying to get it to go over the mountain, at a respectable, decent pace. Steering ratio is all the way down. Springs on the front are 176,000 with a bump stop rate of 1,000 and a bump stop range of 3. And on the rear, the springs are 136,000 with a bump stop rate of 800 and a bump stop range of 10. The anti-roll bar is 4 on the rear, and the preload is 50 on the diff. And you can try 60. Not much of a difference. It didn't feel too much difference, but if you have a real long run, maybe 45 minutes or an hour with no pit stop, and you're not going to make one, you might want to go up to 60. But other than that, I would leave it at 50. See what we got here. We got shocks. On the front, we got 20, 15, 26, and 28. And on the rear, we have 18, 13, 22, and 24. Aero, I have 54 on the front, 61 on the rear with a 5 rear wing and a 3 and a 2 and a brake ducts. And the front aero variation is a negative 0.1. Now, that's another thing if you want to try. I tried at 60, and that will calm the rotation down a little bit. So and especially when the tires are fresh, it's not too bad. You might like that. So something I would try is click this down to 60. But the one thing I did not like about it is, especially with the BMW or a lot of cars, even the Bentley, at the last, later on in the fuel run, it's going to understeer a little bit. Excuse me. It's going to understeer a little bit. So, I rather put at 61 to help that a little bit. That's the reason I do that. We're at 60. It's fine when the tires are fresh, but as soon as it makes that understeer issue crop up a little sooner. So that's the only thing. But if you like that, it gives you a little bit more reserve as far as not consistency, but drivability, and maybe a little easier to handle. Then that's what I would do. I wouldn't do anything else other with this other stuff. And try that. And also, this will come up too as this goes down from 80 liters. If you go down to like 10 liters, the last 10 liters, this is going to come up. The ride height's going to come up 2. So this is going to come up to 63, and this is going to stay the same. So it's going to give you a little bit more rotation when your tires are when your fuel's near the end of the fuel run. So I don't think that makes a big difference because I did run this with like this with low fuel, and like I said, I ran a 22.50, and I was really happy with that. So again, I will make this a setup, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, I tried to do it a little bit different just to mix it up, and I did have a request for this setup. So I mean, I had a request for it. Somebody that wanted to see if they could get a set up for Mount Panorama here with the BMW, and I have worked on it a little bit, but the aggressive, I think the fastest I could get was a low 204. That was the fastest I could get with the aggressive setup with the tires at their correct pressures. So again, with this, I've increased it over a second, so I'm really happy with that, and it drivability and consistency. I mean, I was running. You saw there. I mean, you can run pretty consistent low 203s, and once the fuel starts burning off, you can get into the high 202s, and if you're really got good conditions, and of course, if you had a pit stop and got fresh tires, you'd definitely be in the 202s for sure, high 202s if not faster. I mean, like I said, I ran a 202.5 with 20 liters. So again, that's with the same setup. I didn't change anything. So for qualifying, I didn't, again, just like I do all my setups, I didn't change nothing. All I did is put low fuel in it and went. And that's it. Maybe I think I put the brakes down to 55, a little bit more aggressive on the brake bias with the fresh tires. That's it. Other than that, everything is the same. And that way it makes it very simple. And you're going to pick up like a good half a second on qualifying. So again, I hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And of course, I will put a link to this setup in the description. And also I have a PayPal link in the description also if you want to help support the channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody that has. And I sure hope any comments or feedback is great about offline racing. If anybody has any like to see any of that or no. And of course, not to replace the CP stuff, but just to mix it up a little bit once in a while. And I sure hope you come back and visit again real soon. Y'all take care. See ya.